to find a way to escape all the pressure I feel growing inside of me, because I'm far away from you, knowing that you are my source, so I gotta find my way. Back to you, Lord, I've gotta find my way back to you, Lord, I've gotta find my way back to you, Lord, gotta find my way back to you, Lord, I've gotta find my way back to you, Lord, I've gotta find my way. Darkly, I see no light in front of me. Come to the conclusion that you are the eyes that see past all confusion to a place called sanity. You take my hand, I'm free. Lord, I've gotta find my way back to you, Lord, I've gotta find my way back to you.
All right. Gotta find my way back to you, Lord. All right, got to find my way back to you, Lord. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you are viewing this session of Truly Foundation and A Course in Miracles. Hi, my name is Oliver, and I am your temporary guide, your temporary host, your temporary coach. And I say temporary because I'm just temporary. I'm just here to remind you of what already is. I'm here to remind you of your true identity. We're here at Truly Foundation. We refer to that as the real you that loves you, because the real you is love. And so we are so excited and delighted this morning that you are here with us on this journey of what we call transformation, what we call the renewing of the mind. And we're so delighted that you are here. And let me get my banner straight. There we go. So I thank you that we have this opportunity to be together this morning, this afternoon, and this evening, again, depending on when you're watching this, to look at another session of A Course in Miracles. And today we're going to be looking at workbook lesson 242. And before I get there, I'd just like to say that here at Truly Foundation, this is a nonprofit organization that we are dedicated to the sharing of advanced spirituality. We are all about growing up. We are all about expanding our awareness, growing in the knowledge of ourself, of our Creator, and of each other. And here we teach only love. And why do I say that? Because according to many spiritual documents, including the Bible, including the Course in Miracles, the foundation of those spiritual documents has this one thought of God, that God is love. So if God is love, we teach only love. And if God is love, then there's love and there's nothing else. That is out of, I think, First John in the Bible. In the course, it says, um, there's a passage in the course where it says that there is love. Love is, and there is nothing else. Or God is, and there is nothing else. So all spiritual paths and traditions and most sacred writing conclude that love and God are two sides of the same coin, that they are synonymous, that God is love, that love is God. And we're talking about a love that transcends this earthly love that we've seen put on display, or we hear people say, well, I love you, or I love, they say, use that word the same way they say, they describe, I love cake. I love you, I love cake, I love sleeping. But when we're talking about this, the love that we're talking about is the love that is the very essence and the very nature of all reality. That reality is love. And it is the nature of love to extend itself. It's the nature of love to share in all of its nature and all of its essence. Love is what motivates. Love is what inspires. Love is the reason. And I believe in this day and time that love is the answer to all things. They say money answers all things. Not really. Love or God is the answer to all things, because God and love is all that there really is. That is the only thing that is permanent, the only thing that is eternal. All the things that are in time and space and form, they are all of them are temporary. Eventually, all of this universe will disappear as you know it. And you will disappear. From a physical standpoint, a physiological standpoint, eventually your body has a expiration date on it. It's not a permanent existence. And thank God we are not our bodies. But we are the love that we are talking about. We are part of the love that we're talking about. We're part of the source that we're talking about. The biblication says everyone that is born of God is born of love. So today we're just keeping the main thing. Love is the main thing. And we're talking about the love that God is and the love that we are. Not the love that we've been taught, not the love that's been put on display. But true love is eternal. True love is infinite. True love has all knowledge. True love is a law. That's the law of love, or the law of God. True love is unalterable. True love is changeless. It's unambiguous, meaning there's not multiple choices. Love is, and that's all that there is. God is, and there is nothing else. True love can be unrecognized, but it can't be changed, can't be altered. True love is everything that God created. God is love, so God can only create after his own kind. And so when God created you and me, we were created in love. There's a scripture in John that says that everyone that is born of God is born of love. So you are love. The real you loves you because the real you is love. That's why we keep repeating that over and over and over again. Why do we keep repeating things over and over and over again? The course is that way. Over and over. It might be in a little different uh, form, but it's the same idea over and over and over again. Why do we keep repeating things over and over again? This is the reason why. There's only two ways that we can change our perception or change our thinking or change a paradigm or change a pattern in us. There's two ways to do it: to change a pattern in you. If you want to change something in you, if you want to make a change in your life, especially where your thought life is concerned, especially where your perceptions are concerned. And the number one way to um, change these things, your thoughts, your perceptions, change a paradigm, an idea, a habit. To change a habit, basically, a paradigm is a habit. It's through repetition. Because it was through repetition that we were all conditioned and trained to think the way that the world wanted us to think, uh, and to learn the ego thought system that is based on separation. That's how we learned this system of thought. That's how we made this world, based on a repetitive practice of repeating over and over again through repetition. So the principle is the same when you're trying to make a change for the good, or make a change for truth, or make a change for reality. You use repetition over and over and over again. You bring the idea that you want to embody into your awareness over and over again through repetition, through different ways, through reading, through repeating, through confessing it, to saying it over and over again, to thinking about it over and over again, to putting things before you that communicate that over and over and over again. That's how that's how the business world, the marketing world, gets us to become so loyal to buying certain things. They just repeat the commercials over and over again. Even in our political system, our political world now using that concept. They feel they can repeat an idea over and over again, whether or not it's true or not. Eventually, that idea becomes the truth to maybe not everyone, but a large portion will grab that as the truth, and it doesn't even make any sense at all. But it's through repetition that we learn. That's just the basis of how humanity is made up. Given our mental makeup and our psychological makeup is through repetition. So one way to make an effective change is through repetition. The other way is through coaching, where one submits himself to a coach or a mentor, and they are shown how to go through certain practices, and are taught certain ideas, and is given certain accountability, and change is made that way. So what we call coaching, mentoring. Jesus calls it discipleship. That's what he did. For the 3 years that he was in ministry, he discipled, or he coached, or he mentored his followers. And we see how effective that was. When he went off the scene, they went crazy with the ideas that he had shared with them. And it said that they turned the known world upside down when he left. Why? Because they were mentored, they were coached, they were trained in how to, in new ways and new ideas. And it became a part of them. They embodied it. They even gave their life up for the ideas. So again, those are the two most effective ways to make change in one's life: repetition and coaching. And most of us resist coaching. We resist mentoring. We want to do it our way. We want to just continue in the way that we're going, even though we're not happy with the results that we're getting. And then the repetition part, we we are highly developing that. It's just that we're repeating the wrong things, the wrong ideas. And so if you want to make change, repetition and coaching, those are the two most effective ways. And so again, we teach only love here because love is all there is. We teach metaphysics here. Metaphysics meaning what? Beyond the physical, metaphysics. So we talk here about some of the most, we here share advanced spirituality that deals with that which is beyond the physical. Actually, we deal with that which is beyond time and space. So we go back to before the foundation of the world, back in eternity past. And eternity is not past, eternity is present, but we call it eternity past. But when we say eternity past, we're referring to reality that existed prior to the foundation of this world, before there was any physical creation, when there was just the element of God or the element of love, which is what? Timeless and formless. Before there was spoken words. We're going back to when there was only thought, when there was only reality. We come from that basis or that foundation. Why? Because it is that foundation that still is the only reality that exists. This which came from the source of that, which is time and space, this world, this galaxy, these worlds, because there's more than one world. All that is temporary. All that is temporary. Look around you. Everything you see is temporary. If you can see with the eyes, hear with the ear, smell, taste, touch, it's temporary. This physical world is temporary. But that which is permanent is that which is metaphysical. It transcends the physical. It transcends the seen, the touch, the feel, the taste, the hearing. That's through where the reality of a changeless state of being exists. That's where love has its basis, its origin. That's where God has its basis, which has no origin. There is no beginning. There is no end in this thing we call love or God. So we're transcending this limited information and awareness and knowledge that we have acquired through the world that we made. Very limited. We're going into the deep shadows. We're going into the ocean of depths. We're going to the beginning. And that's what Jesus did in his teachings. He taught from a metaphysical standpoint, but he used stories in order to meet the people where they were. But in each story, there was a spiritual principle, a spiritual idea. There was a thought of God. He was trying to bring them up to the level of their potential, because all of us have the potential to understand the love of God, to understand everything that God is. Why? Because we're part of that. That's our essence and that's our nature. And so here at Truly Foundation, we teach metaphysics. It's advanced spirituality. It is not the elementary things. And God knows, if you've listened here for over the 270, 80 days we've been here, we've said some things that are startling. We've said some things that just from the basis of what is known naturally, it's almost unbelievable. But all of this is designed to help you. Like the song said in our intro, find your way back to home. Find your way back to God, your way back to reality. Find your way back to yourself. That's what the purpose of all of it is. So that we can take the key and unlock the prison doors that we place ourselves in, the prisons that we have placed ourselves in. And most of us are in a prison that we're not even aware of. It's called the imprisonment of the mind, where we believe in separation, we believe in our personal identification. That's an imprisoning state of being. And a lot of humanity is not even aware that they're in a prison. So how can you ask to get out or let yourself out? Well, we're here to help you, to show you. I know about it. I was imprisoned most of my life until 1988, when I had an encounter with love. And then in 2005, I had another encounter, and it was with A Course in Miracles, to help me advance even further in my understanding and in my awareness and my consciousness of who God is, who I am, who humanity is, and what this world is all about, and what my purpose and function here. And I really got let out of jail when I got hold of the ideas, the reality, the truths, the law of God and the law of love. And here at Truly Foundation, we teach only love, and we teach only oneness, because that is all there is. There is but the one, and that we are a part of that one, and that all living things is a part of that one. And so what we teach here is that there is one shared life. There's only one being, and it's God. And as Jesus came and taught for 3 years, there's metaphysics, meaning beyond our physical existence. That's what he taught, oneness. I and you and me, we're one. I and the Father, Father to me, we're one. When you seen me, you seen the Father. He taught oneness. Because oneness is all there is. When we go beyond the foundation of this world, there is nothing but oneness. And oneness still exists. It is the only thing that is permanent. It is the only thing that is eternal and lasting. So here we teach oneness, that we are all joined in one, even though everything in this world tells us that nothing is joined. If you look out in the world, if you hear, if you taste, if you touch, everything tells you in the natural that there is not oneness, there's multiplicity, that everything is separate. That Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall and broke into billions and billions of pieces. But that's not the truth. The truth is oneness is the only thing that exists. And the Course says we are oneness joined as one. And the world is in the trouble that it is in because the world believes in separation, and you see the mess it has made. But we're here along with you and all of those that have awakened to the reality of our oneness with God, to what? To be a light of the world, to be a path to help us to come back to reality, not of oneness. Not of separation and multiplicity, but of oneness. So today's lesson, 242, it's just a different thought and idea to help us on our journey of awakening, on our journey of salvation, on our journey of being renewed in our minds. This journey of transforming to what we already are, not to something different, but to what we already are. And we do that through transcending this horizontal experience that we're having. It is only temporary. And we choose to be mentored and trained and taught and discipled by the reality of love, the reality of God, the state of reality that is always is, the heavenly state, that which is true, that which is beyond time and space, that which is unlimited, that which is infinite. and impersonal and self-aware. So we're into what? We're into deep things of reality. That's what we're learning here. This is advanced spirituality. It is for those that would desire to let themselves out of the what? The imprisonment that we put ourselves in, the ego prison. We want out of the ego prison, and we want to walk in and embody the liberty and the freedom that love is and love has given us. And so we have to remove the blocks of fear. We have to remove the block of fear. We have to remove the block of fear. Fear blocks us from the knowing of ourselves. We have to remove the fear of death. The fear of death is part of that prison. It's a big part of that prison because we think that we are bodies. We think that our body identification is grander than what God created. God did not create bodies. Our bodies came from other humans, our parents. What our parents actually gave us is a temporary existence. It expires. It dies. Let's just use that word. But what God gave us is life. God gave us eternal life. God gave us love. That means that we have never been without God. That means that we have never not existed, that we always been in existence, and we will always be in existence. And that's the place that we're coming from. That's the place that we're coming from. We're not coming from the knowledge of this world. We're coming from the reality and the truth and the law of love or the law of God. That's where we're coming from. The law of the Spirit, the law of the Spirit of life. Paul said it this way: the law of the Spirit of life in Christ, in this Christ mean oneness, in this oneness that we share, has made us free from the law, from the ego law of separation and guilt and fear, which we call sin. It has made us free from the law of sin and death. So you are free, free to be, free to share, free to express your true reality, which is God. Your true reality is God. God is your very life, because there's only the one life that we all share. So today's idea, given the foundation that I've laid, that what we teach here is only love, oneness. We teach that we teach reality, the heavenly gifts that's been given to us in creation, that God is our creator and we remain as God created us. That's a big hallmark here that we teach, that we remain as God created us, not in time, not in form, but God created us before the foundation of the world. We remain that way, and we can live now from that way, from that creation. That is our home. We come from that home. While we say that we are returning home because we went on a far journey, we went on a prodigal journey, thinking that we were separate, thinking that we were different with each other and God and everything. Now we're taking the journey back to reality, where we come to find out that what? We haven't been changed. Nothing has been altered. We remain as God created us. We were on a journey without a distance. We were always in the heart of God the whole time, just sleeping, dreaming of being separate. And so with that foundation, we introduced this idea from Workbook Lesson 242. And that is, this day is God's. This moment is God's. We're making a declaration that this day is God, or this day is love. In this instant, there's only love. We are acknowledging the reality that God is and that there is nothing else. We are acknowledging the reality that there is love and there is nothing else. So this day, this moment is God's. And that means it's ours too. Why? Because we're in God and God is in us. It said, it is a gift It is our gift to him, or it is our gift to her, or it's our gift to it. Because remember, God is not a gender. God is love. Love is formless and timeless. Love is bodiless, but we can embody it since there is a body that we are temporarily associated with. And so we embody that love. So today's idea is this day is God's. We declare it. And it is our gift to him, to her, to it. It is our gift to love. This day is love, and it is our gift to love. And so I will not lead my life alone today. I would not be the sole leader of my life today. I do not understand the world from a natural standpoint. You can't understand the world. You have to go to the source. It says, and so to try to lead my life alone must be foolishness. So if we don't understand the world and then try to lead our life in this world, it would be foolishness if we don't understand. That means we're walking as blind. We need a mentor. We need a shepherd. And God is our shepherd, and we shall not want, and he leadeth us. And so I do not understand the world, and so to try to lead my life alone must be foolishness. But there is one who knows all that is best for me, and he is glad to make no choices for me but the ones that lead to God. I give this day to him, for I would not delay my coming home, and it is he who knows the way to God. That is, and when it talks about, but there is one who knows all that is best for me. That is what? That is the permanent God that is within all of us. That is what we call the whole spirit, or the Holy Spirit, or the one spirit that we share. That is our real true self that came into this horizontal world with us, with the memory of God. The memory of God is in all of us. God placed eternity in all of us. It's in the form of a memory. And this God that is within all of us, this light that is in all of us, is there to what? Lead us back into what? Reality. That's why I say that I'm only a temporary guide, a temporary coach, a temporary mentor, host. I'm pointing you to the self that you share, that is who you really are. I'm pointing you to your true identity, your true self, that is beyond your physical makeup, but the truth that you share with God and with all of us. Pointing you inward. I'm only here temporary. And so that is the one he's talking about here, that we have a permanent God within all of us that is willing to lead us and to guide us into all truth. The Bible said that God sent his spirit to lead us and to guide us into all truth. So it's in all of us. All of us can train ourselves to listen to the voice that speaks for God and follow that lead. And it's only fitting that we point you to that, because that is your permanent guide. So we're going to end today's lesson with this declaration, or this prayer. And so we give today to you. We come with wholly open minds. We do not ask for anything that we might think we want. Give us what you would have received by us. You know all our desires and our wants, and you will give us everything we need in helping us to find a way back to you. So today's lesson, this is the day that we have given to love. This day we give to love. It is my gift to love. So thank you so much for today's workbook lesson, 241. And there is love and there is nothing else. And you are that love. You are that love. That is the real you that loves you, because the real you is love. Have a great day. Bye-bye.